Okay.
Hello, everybody. It's that time again.
Hello.
Yeah, Susan. Yeah, we're sitting down today discussing another movie as we usually do. And this one is the first movie in a franchise which has now had, was it three sequels?
Yeah.
Uh, this is going back to 2014, and it's starring Keanu Reeves in the title role of John Wick, an action thriller movie. Um, all because they killed his dog and stole his car. Don't mess with John Wick. So we're going to go over to Susan and her opening thoughts on this movie. Over to you, Susan.
Okay. Well, it wasn't just the dog in the car. It was the wife first and his peace of mind.
Mm.
And then he was easily recruited to this organization that shares a connection through a sort of a hotel slash networking junket called the Continental, apparently.
Yeah.
And it's in one of those narrow pointy buildings in the city of New York, like
And you,
where
are you a fan of those type of buildings? I know you're into your roofs, but what about them sort of buildings?
well, there are so many of those sorts of buildings here in Chelsea because we do have streets that come together like that. And it's just they're really interesting. I mean, you you uh you sure don't have much room at the corners anyway. It's really interesting how they have sort of brought uh uh sort of a way to keep their thumb on each other, these assassins and killers and gangsters and all these people with nefarious purposes meet at these buildings, and you can't do anything in the building. You're allowed to be yourself, carry arms, be your you know go to your hotel room, take care of dirty work out there in the city, and then come back and hide there, and nobody will find you. But the trouble is that
Mhm.
if you come against people in the building, that's one thing. And this Vigo guy, he's apparently part of this secret club. I don't know, and he treats his dog horribly and his car terribly, and through his son and stuff. And his son is played by just this amazing actor. This one that God, you just see him and he was in Game of Thrones, and I mean, in everything that he's done, he brings out pathos and
Yeah.
really rips at your sensibilities and your sense of, he's so good at that. And like, I don't know, I'm just like,
Yeah, Alfie Allen,
Alfie Allen, yeah, that's it.
Billy Allen's
And
brother.
yeah, geez. And then there's and I mean I I'm really it's like Tarantino made these movies. It's kind of like
Mhm.
that attitude that, these rules are the rules are for other folks, not for my characters, kind of thing. And this is definitely that. And John Wick is a man who has been hurt, and so because the truism hurting people hurt other people,
Mhm.
he's got a lot of pain that he's going to share with other folks. So that's my opening thoughts, is just that hurting people hurt other people. And, he's been really destroyed on the inside. So he's going to destroy everything. It's just amazing. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, I like the concept of this movie. Say this is the original, the first one. As I say, you've mentioned the Continental with and the usage of the gold coins.
Oh yeah, there you
You
go.
know, um, for everything. You know, there's a gold coin. You'll get this service done and all like that. Uh, yeah, you've got the mob, the Russian mob,
Mm,
who, well, the father knows who John Wick is, and he's absolutely terrified that what his son has done is going to be the undoing, and he rightly is. Um, but John Wick don't want any of it. He just he just wants revenge.
yeah,
Um, and you've got some other actors in here. You've got as I've mentioned, Alfie Allen. You've got Willem Dafoe in this
oh my gosh.
as Marcus as another hitman, which in this you don't know if he has taken um, Vigo's money to kill John Wick, or he's helping John Wick. You find out near the end, of course.
Yeah,
Um, you say you've got the Russian mob. You've even got Ian McShane in this as Winston, who's the the main man at the Continental.
yeah, Ian
The
McShane. We just watched another thing with him in it. It was so good.
American God, yeah, yeah. He pops up every now and again, doesn't he?
Yes.
And you've also got in here. I'm trying to remember a name. Who was the sort of oh, where is it? Anyway, Adriana Palicki, who played Miss Perkins. She was a bit of a trouble causer,
Yeah.
but she got her comeuppance as well. Um, Great action scenes in this. Great choreography in the action, in the driving, in the fighting, in the
Oh my.
shootouts. I did find Keanu didn't really have much to script wise learn words. He didn't actually say much in this, did he?
No.
He there was a few words here and there, maybe a sentence here and there, but not much for him to say. Um, Maybe he's in that period of his life now where he just accepts these parts, and like Nicolas Cage does. Um, I'll do it. Yeah, just give us the money. I'll go do it.
Yeah.
But because for me personally, I've never thought Keanu Reeves as a as a top notch actor. I've never thought him as that. He's always for
Um,
me been one of those underlying actors when you've got all these big, the characters who get these great big parts and get these awards. Then you've got Keanu Reeves, what for some reason appears sometimes in some mediocre movies, which he has done. But he's made a living out of it.
yeah.
But yeah, he's not one of my all-time favorite actors. But he's made this movie into a franchise, so he's doing
True.
something right.
Yeah.
And people say have liked it so much. They say there's been three sequels up to now, and I think there's a fifth movie on its way.
That's why, yeah. That's
So
probably true.
it's true, yeah. I mean, there was an actor in this. I had to look it up who it was because I did not recognise him at all. And then I read his name and I thought, my God, he's changed. And it was what's his name? See, I had it here. Where is it? Oh, David Patrick Kelly. He's been in many movies. He played in this one. He played the guy who cleans the cleaner who comes in, clears away the bodies, and And I'm thinking, I know that face. So I had to look up who played it. And God, he has changed.
Yeah.
Uh, and you even got John.
Like Kusamo.
How would you pronounce it?
Like
That's it,
Kusamo.
Legazan. Yeah, he he's another one he's destined for big things in the movie world,
Yes.
and he hardly ever gets them chances to do them sort of movies.
Yes, yes,
And
that's true.
he was only in this for not even 10 minutes.
Right.
But
And
and he's
and
a great actor.
his his performances are always like he is over the top and he eats scenery better than anybody. I mean, I just think that like because he's just a great actor. And then there was Bridget Moynihan as Helen. I mean, she was that was a good
Yeah,
character for her. And then there was like Dean Winters, who plays in our advertisements for an insurance company. He plays a character called Mayhem,
yeah.
and oh my gosh, he's on TV all the time. I mean, like all the time, 24 hours a day. You'll see his adverts, and it's just he's in this one. You can see the beginning of that Mayhem character.
Mm.
I mean, it's really that's why it's obvious that his portrayal of Avi became the basis for that character. Anyway, it's so cool. He's so cool.
I mean, the character Vigo, the Russian crown boss. Um, you could see the panic on his face, and then when everything just wasn't going his way, he had to resort to taking a contract out on John Wick,
Hmm.
which he didn't want to do. But it was his last resort.
Right?
Uh, and and at the end of the movie, it's just John Wick and Vigo.
Uh-huh.
Great fight scene.
Oh my God.
Uh, the last man standing, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great action. I can see why it's been successful.
Yeah.
But as I said, Keanu does these sort of movies now. The Matrix, John Wick. He's not really pushing himself in the
Huh.
acting. For the acting.
Right. He does have more lines and more energy and bigger performances and things that are a little more comedic, actually,
Yeah,
like Bill and
he's not.
Ted's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where he came from, the Bill and Ted
Uh-huh.
genre, and um, but these type of movies, it's just scowl at the camera,
Uh-huh.
say a little sentence,
Uh-huh.
raise an eyebrow from the school of acting of Roger Moore, raise an eyebrow, and but um, but yeah, it was high octane, very colourful as well in the clubs, the
Hey,
club with
oh my
neon.
God.
Yeah, and the soundtrack, the music was brilliant. Um, but for me, it's the all-out action drew me in,
Yeah.
and to see familiar British faces, of course,
Uh-huh.
Alfie Allen, Ian McShane, all in there in the mix.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. So, what was anything for you? What stood out?
No, I liked the club scenes out that those are great. And I loved the scene. I love the car chase scene. That was really, really cool. Like
Yeah,
trying to get his own car. That was too cool. And then and you always felt bad for the dog. Yeah.
mm,
And um yeah, I think that Michael Nyquist, who played Vigo, was so, I mean, he he really made the movie. You know, it was a static shot of you know, John Wick, and then a reaction shot, which was all that. That
Yeah.
was where it was all done, and it was all done through Michael Nyquist. Oh my gosh, that was so good. And the you know, the soundtrack was pretty cool. I mean, super amazing soundtrack. I don't know who did it. I could find out really quick, but yeah,
Um,
that was amazing.
Music by Tyler Bates and Joel J. Richard.
Yeah,
Fun, yeah. So, I mean, the budget for this was about $30 million, and it raked in at 86 million. So it did okay.
yeah,
As far as I know, as the movie franchise have gone along, it's gained more money and more money.
more
So
popularity.
popularity.
Hmm.
But the bubble will burst because some people just get fed up with the same old action, which I
Yeah,
think, the way the superhero franchises have gone,
yeah,
people sort of just got a bit bored of them now.
yeah. But the um, I mean, it was produced by like 18 different people, but it was directed by two. There are two people who supposedly directed this, and so you know, there that could have been one of the reasons that they maybe didn't go as far into the characters. I don't know.
I don't know. I've only got one director down here, but
Here it says directed by Chad Stahelski and David Leitch,
no, no, don't say anything about that down here.
Leitch. Anyway, that's
Yeah,
and then it was only really written by a guy by the name of Derek Kolstad, but like that's just you know, I think that they super produce things, and like that's where they come up with these um they come up with these really cool movies, but they're really not all of that deep or philosophical or intellectual. They're just they're just strong, fun stories. Anyway,
uh, I mean, I'm glad they this they did the scene with John Wick and Miss Perkins fighting out in the hotel room,
yeah.
because not many film companies would do scenes like that these days. A man hitting a woman, we're not having that. You know what I mean? But she was in the same league as him. She'd have to pack a punch
Yeah,
and throw him around the room.
yeah. She was badass, that's for sure.
She was a badass, and she was not to be trusted.
And he wasn't kicking her ass to be abusive. He was kicking her
No,
ass to kick her ass and kill her.
yeah, but a lot of people these days would be up in arms about things like that,
Yeah.
So, but hey, it's a movie.
And and there's a difference between
Yeah,
an abusive violence and sort of assassin violence. This is the assassin's violence. This is the stuff like, you get from James Bond or the Tarantino people, all the Tarantino people. That's not abuse. That's just straight up, assassin violence. Bigger
correct.
weapons, bigger guns, bigger knives, bigger
Hmm.
fists.
But
I
you will
don't,
always you will always get a section of the public who say you shouldn't do things like that.
Uh-huh.
You should do this. You shouldn't do that. We just have to sit in our rooms with the curtains closed, and everybody will be happy, won't they?
Oh,
Aye. Anything else? What stands out for you in this movie?
yeah. It is really strange, but you look at the way Keanu looked back in 2014 and the way
Yeah.
he looks today, and the man doesn't change at all.
Do you know why?
I don't. Is he a vampire?
He's got a portrait in the attic.
Oh, he's one of those kind. Ah, so it's Keanu Reeves Ray.
His middle name's Dorian. Yeah.
Dorian, right, yeah, right, right. Okay, so yeah, and it was good to see that one actor, Dean Winters. I mean, I was so excited to see him in actual, something theatrical and not just a bloody commercial, another bloody advert all night long. You see him, and it was so cool to see his style and like to know that this is where they got all this stuff from, and that's just
Mm.
fun. And then Willem Dafoe, of course, Mr. Green Goblin himself.
The,
That
J-
was
the joke,
epic.
the Joker that we never got.
The Joker that we never got. Yeah, the epic. It was great.
And also as well, William Defoe. You always expect him because he is an awesome actor.
Uh-huh.
To, and if they give him free range, he will chew the scenery up.
Uh-huh.
And this was quite a subtle role for him.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
True.
you know, he was, there at his John Wick's wife's funeral, and he was there accepting the hit, and
Right?
but friendship was closer than money, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a very subtle role for him.
it was.
I like that.
I did
It just
too.
shows he's quite a versatile actor. I mean, I do like it when he goes all out.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
but this was just a nice little change.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, it's I I know. I mean, I've got all four movies
oh,
here.
in one case. So that's awesome.
Not in. It's a box set. I've got this is the
Right, right.
this is chapter one, and I know several characters are in all the following movies, like Ian McShane and Lance Reddick.
Uh-huh.
They're all in the following
Reddick,
movie.
that was that other guy that was
The hotel
sort
manager.
of he managed the hotel,
Mm,
or he played the hotel manager, and the
he-
hotel manager was so cool. You could
yeah,
tell like the that there was like a constant stream of intriguing personalities, and he just had to like play it cool.
yeah. He passed away last year as well. So
Oh,
yes, about nearly a year ago. I think it was last March.
oh, you're kidding. Oh, geez.
Uh, but he's been in all the sequels. So
Oh,
so
geez, you're right. He did. Oh, that's tragic. Oh, less than a year ago.
yeah. So
Oh,
anything else you'd like to say about John Wick?
um, yeah, that was a really fun. It was a fun start, and I think that we should continue, and we should, you know, definitely review all the subsequent movies in this series. I think
Hmm.
that would be a good idea. And I think that we could really explore uh maybe Keanu Reeves's like his growth as as in subtlety.
So
Maybe maybe there's some growth in his subtlety if we review the rest of these movies.
I know I can't do an English accent.
Oh, okay, but
If
true.
you've ever seen Dracula, he can't
I've
do an.
seen Dracula. He's not exactly a real awesome uh
And this is what I mean by him being o- one of these actors what are always there, and all the other people of his are up there. He's like that, always along.
okay, okay. All right.
It,
I guess I'll buy that, but we'll just keep reviewing these if that's all right with you.
if it pays his mortgage, so as if he's got a mortgage,
As
as if. What would you give this then?
I would give this I'd give this um I'd give this uh eight hotel keys out of 10. It was definitely enjoyable. Um, but I have seen a lot better. I think like I keep mentioning the ones that I kind of think in the same genre, Bond or Bourne or Tarantino even.
Yeah.
That those are the ones that I consider, richer fare. But this was just great. I mean, it was fun to watch, and so I think we should continue. And yeah, and I would yeah. What did you think, Lee? What is your score then?
I'd give it eight again,
Uh-huh.
eight gold coins out of 10.
Gold coins.
There's just think Keanu could have done more
Oh.
acting, speech wise, um, but but you can't knock the action scenes. You can't knock the supporting cast.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I know for a fact, as the franchise goes along, the movies do get better.
Oh, okay, good.
This,
That's good to know.
but you may think that the first one is the best one.
Okay.
You know, so but yeah, that's why I give him eight out of 10
Yeah,
for
I
John.
just think that in that genre, there's some uh producers who have done or some you know franchises or movies with sequels that have like sparkle on them a lot more than this. But
You've
this
got the
was cool. This
yeah,
was a cool
you've got the Equalizer movies as well now.
Equalizer movies. Yeah, they were shot here in Chelsea, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
apart from the
yeah.
last one, that was in Italy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that is it's very Italy. It's
Yeah.
so very, very, very Italy. It's very, very beautiful. We just watched it the other night, in fact. But the Equalizer, like in that same vein, the
Yes.
Edward Woodward, the Queen Latifah, and the Denzel Washington versions of that character have they're different takes on it. They're different places that it rests, but they have a lot of they have a lot of character in those.
How is that possible? I know we've gone off track here, but how is it possible to have a movie franchise, The Equalizer,
Uh-huh.
and the TV series, The Equalizer,
Uh-huh.
at the same time
Uh-huh.
with different different actors,
Uh-huh.
different different companies.
Uh-huh.
How is that possible? Because
I
surely someone will come down with a bit of a legal paperwork and say you cannot do this.
Surely. Don't call him Shirley. I don't. It's the same thing as I don't know anything else that's like this. But for reality's sake,
Yeah,
there are three separate entities with the same basic. Uh, this is what this person does in the world,
it
and
it's
it's
an equalizer
amazing.
there.
And without Equalizer, I never would have known anything about uh like Edward Woodward and all of that other stuff that he did. I mean, yeah, so good, so
So,
very good.
anyways, let's get back onto track.
Okay,
John Wick.
yeah, yeah. Let's.
We've done
John
our little.
Wick is different, and apparently the same actor plays the same character all throughout, so that it's not like these disjointed other ones. But yeah.
So that's our little review of John Wick. If you've seen, you guys out there, if you've seen the movie, the first movie, let us know what you thought of it, what you think of Keanu and his acting.
Mhm.
Um, and if you'd like to join us on this little cast we do, leave a comment below. We're on all the social media platforms, X and Facebook, YouTube. And if you are watching it on YouTube, please press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time we put up a video. And the only thing we do ask is, if you want to join us, you're going to be 18 plus. I mean, this movie we just watched was 15 plus, but some what we do watch are 18, so
Mhm.
we don't want to get into trouble.
True that.
As long as the device you use has got a camera and a microphone, you could be well joining us in the not too distant future. You know, more the merrier.
Come
So,
join us.
oh yeah. So that's our little review, and we're coming to the end of that now. Anything else before we go? No. Okie dokie. Remember, always look after your car, and remember as well, a dog is for life, not just for Christmas. Say that to John Wick. See what he says.